Morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Infinite Trade. My name is Robin, and let's do our analysis for Nifty and Bank Nifty for tomorrow. And also, we'll discuss what happened today. So, I hope people who watched my video would completely agree that both Nifty and Bank Nifty performed exactly the way we planned last evening. Okay, so we were expecting market to gap up, but this time we were expecting some selling from the top. So if you guys remember, so I would like to play a small clip from my yesterday's video, so which was for Nifty, and I'm not playing for Bank Nifty. The only reason is I do not want to stretch it over, so I'm just playing the video. Just watch it. Would be in case if we gap up above 17,500 or around 17,500, then so between 17,500 to 525. So if we gap up around this area, wait for a red candle and you can immediately buy a put. In this case, your target would be somewhere close to 17,400. So just exit 10 or 20 points earlier. So you may get a good 100-point fall. And this is going to act as a support tomorrow, 17,350. So if it comes down with a flow, it may come to even this place and then show a bounce back. Okay, so I am pausing the video here. So if you see, it worked exactly the way we planned. Okay, if you look at Nifty, it opened around 17,543, so well above the area that we planned, and I said we will wait for a red candle. So the first candle itself was a red candle, and immediately a sharp selling came. It came back into the yesterday's swing and then took a small pullback and then further came down. So then it made a low of 17,379, so which was around 350 to 400. And then I told you that we'll see a bounce back from this place, and that's what happened. We saw a bounce until the day high, and then we consolidated here and closed here. So this is just to let you know that how price behaves, and the way we plan out things. Usually market works in that way. If the opening is how we planned and the data that we interpreted, if everything works accordingly, then it works in the same way. And we expected that the market will be sideways only. The reason because FIIs were sideways. They sold both call and put options yesterday, and that's how the market worked. So the only thing that happened in Bank Nifty was, I told you that we have a support around 3,700, but 37,000 is going to be an important support. So market, what it did is, while coming down, it broke 37,000. So why do you think market broke 37,000? It is to ensure that the weak buyers are thrown out of the market. Okay, so usually what happens is, when you say that 37,000 is going to be an important support, people would start selling 37,000 put options. And believe me, there was so much of put winding that happened when market broke. But immediately when Bank Nifty formed a small double bottom, the put writers came in and they took the market up, and then slow and steady we went up and then consolidated and closed something in the middle. So just wanted to let you all know that things work out the same way that we actually plan. And similarly, even I plan my positions here. If you look at this, so I started selling call options and put options when the market came down, and when the market was on top, I sold call options, and I made a decent money of around 13,000 rupees, and I've created some new positions, hence the amount is different here. So that's how we plan our day and we plan our trades. Okay, now let's quickly check out all the data and the option chain and understand how Nifty and Bank Nifty would perform tomorrow. So the first thing that we look at is the participant wise open interest. Okay, just a moment. Yes, so this is the participant wise open interest. So if we look at the summary, FIs have call buy and also put buy, so which is on a huge quantity. So put buy is more than call buy. And if you look at ProDesk, they have sold 60,000 call options and bought 90,000 put options. So pros are expecting a bearish trend and FIIs are expecting a volatile market is what I can say. So something like this. Okay, so nothing much here because since it was an expiry, you will only see close long and close short and things like that. So most of the positions were closed, but this is net to net positions that we can see that they are holding some kind of a bearish positions. Okay, so now let's move on to the option chain. Okay, so before I show you the option chain, I wanted to show you all how I traded using the option chain. So if you look in the morning, when market was falling, so what happened is during that time, the 37,000 put options, there was some significant writing in the morning, but they had to exit because the market came heavily down. And then around in the second half is where there was some significant put writing. Okay, so how do you understand this? All the green bars are put writing and all the red bars are call writing, and the gray is our Bank Nifty spot. So how it moved, so it basically came down and it took support here, and then we started seeing put writing here, and then again call writing, then slow and steadily we saw that the market went up. And similarly, if we look at 3700 and 200, there were only call options writing, and so I also sold 37,200, 3700, 37,400. So 300 completely had call writing. So it becomes easier for us to understand the option chain tick by tick. So when I say tick by tick, so every 5 minutes I record data, and it becomes easier for us to understand which strike price call writers are more active, or is it the put writers who are more active. So 37, 300, 200 was completely safe. You can see selling those call options was safe, and definitely they turned out to be zero at last. So this is how you can use the option chain in a better way to trade during any day or even for expiry. So now let's look at the open interest. So if we look at Nifty, Nifty gave a strong close. So when I say strong close, it's closed above 17,500. And if we see, we saw some significant put writing on the 17,500 strike today. Okay, and then the support is definitely strong and the resistances are not that strong as of now. So this is the next week expiry. Okay, so market is definitely in the bullish sentiment. So we will check on the chart where do we turn bearish or when do we turn bearish. And then let's quickly check out Bank Nifty as well. So in Bank Nifty, if you see, we do not have that kind of support here. Okay, the way Nifty had, so Nifty had tremendous amount of support and the resistances were weaker. But if we look at Bank Nifty, the support isn't too much, and we have a stiff resistance at this point. I think this is 37,500 or is it 38,000? So this is 38,000 and this is 37,500, and we have a similar positions at 37,000. So both call and put writing are evident. So that means people have carried a straddle position here. So straddle, short straddle, that means selling 37,000 call and put. Okay, and that's what even I have done. So if you look at my positions, so I have sold 37,000 call and put. Okay, so this is my positional trade. I'll hold it until the next expiry. Okay, so looking at the option chain, what do we understand is for Nifty we have a strong position at 17,500. So both call writers and put writers are fighting over there, and for Bank Nifty we saw that similar position at 37,000. So if this level breaks, then obviously the call writer would take over and the put writers would start exiting their positions, which may show us a decent amount of fall. So now let's quickly analyze the chart. So if we look at Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty is in this area. Let me change it to 15 minutes. Okay, so almost we kind of fill the gap, and Bank Nifty did not open the way we expected it around 37,500, but what it did is it opened well below the previous day high. So always remember, when we are planning any selling positions in Nifty or Bank Nifty, in such case where we are expecting a gap up and we expect that the market would come down for a selling or a profit booking, so watch out levels for both Nifty and Bank Nifty. So we decided that Bank Nifty, Nifty's level would be 17,500 to 17,525, and we discussed that Bank Nifty's level would be somewhere around 17,480 to 37,480 to 37,500. So Nifty opened in this area, but Bank Nifty did not show that kind of a gap up. That means it was already under pressure even in the pre-market. So what you immediately have to do is, so this is a knowledge that I'm sharing, because people might have waited for 37,500, however it started falling heavily. So in this case you just have to see if we are opening within the previous day high or somewhere close to it. So even that would work. So that's where I started selling my call options, and this is the place where I started selling put options, and then market closed somewhere here. So I hope this is clear. So tomorrow's plan should be, so since both of them look a little bearish, we can plan a bearish trade or for this gap filling at least. Okay, so when Bank Nifty can fill this gap, so Bank Nifty should open within this area. Okay, so not even this one, this would become too high. Okay, this place, so the wick that we have here and until this place. So if Bank Nifty opens flat, so that is, let's exactly check this level. This is 3,700. Okay, so if Bank Nifty opens around 37,100 to 37,000, and if you see that it is closing below 37,950, you can definitely take a put trade, and your target would be this place, which is the gap fill area. This is around 36,600 to 36,650. So this is the area where we are expecting this fall, so a good 300 points fall. And in case if we open gap up, say above 37,200, okay, so what should be our plan is, we will not go for call option tomorrow. The only reason is we know that since they are carrying a lot of negative positions, we do not want to enter the call options at least for tomorrow. So we will wait them to go upside, because the reason why I'm not suggesting you to buy a call option is, if you look a little behind, so all this area will act as a supply zone. Okay, so precisely this place, so this entire place will act as a supply zone. So whenever bank nifty is going to hit this place, so we will see some very good fall from this place. So there is a possibility that we may go until this place. So there is a channel which bank nifty is following, so we may go something like this, and then eventually we may come down here. Okay, so right now no suggestion of call options, and also I'm not suggesting you to buy put option in the top, because that is going to be a difficult task for people who are new. So the best place is, if bank nifty opens flat and breaks 36,950, you can go and buy put options, and your target would be 36,600. This is the only place that we are going to trade tomorrow in bank nifty. So gap up, and if that gap up sustains, avoid the market. Now let's quickly check out Nifty. So Nifty also has this sort of a channel, which I haven't drawn yet. So it is something like this. So from here to, so something like this. Okay, but Nifty managed to close well today. Like, so unlike bank nifty, Nifty showed a strong close here. But again, for Nifty, the best supply zone is going to be 17,600. That is this 590. Okay, I've marked the line here. Let's just push it a little higher. Yeah, so it is around 17,600. So keep this in mind. 17,600 is going to be a supply zone for Nifty, and we are going to test this level for the first time after this significant fall. Okay, so since we are going to test it for the first time, it will not cross like this. We will again show some dip here, and then afterwards, when we attempt this to break out on the upside, is when the market will actually move. So above 17,600, as per my Dow theory levels, Nifty will turn bullish. So it should halt above 17,600 at least for 2 to 3 days, and then we can definitely see Nifty attempting even the all-time high, in case if it moves beyond 17,600 and sustains. So tomorrow, where should we buy put options in Nifty? So there is only two places to buy put options for Nifty. One is at 17,600. So same logic, whenever you see a negative candle, you can take an attempt. So if it breaks this low, this is your SL, and you take an entry. And there is another place where you can go for a put buy. So what is that? So I'm going to shift this line a little up. Okay, this one. So this is something which I'm going to shift it a little up. So this is 17,380. Okay, yeah. So we saw that market came down falling, and immediately we saw a bounce back. So this is a level where buyers are really active, and hence we saw a strong bounce in this area. So what will happen is, if Nifty breaks this level, then we will see that Nifty should come down to fill this gap, which is at 17,200. Okay, so what is the level that we are going to wait for Nifty to break? That is going to be 17,380. Okay, as soon as you see 17,380 to be broken, you can take a put trade. Your target would be 17,200, but for that we need a flat opening, and then it should slow and steadily come down. In case if it breaks in the second half, that is also okay. But yeah, So that should be okay. And if it is coming from 600, I'm not sure if it is going to break this level on the same day. So when it can break is if it is traveling from 17600 and then coming down to 380 and then showing a bounce, and if in the second half it again, if it breaks, then it may go down. But if you see Nifty at 17600, definitely it is not going to break this level in one go. It may break in the second half maybe, or on the next day. So there are only two places where we are going to buy put options. So I'm not giving any call option entry because looking at the positions. So 17600, if you see, we're going to buy put option, and if we see 17380 to be broken, we are going to buy put options. And in this case, target would be 17200, and in this case the target would be around 17480 or 450. Okay, so I hope things are clear how we analyze based on the data and based on the participants positions, and how do we actually trade it. So thank you for watching. Please do subscribe the channel and spread this channel to your family and friends, and do comment and like the videos. This weekend, let me see if I can plan up some learning video. And cool. So thank you for watching. Let's meet in another video. Take care. Bye bye.